Charlie Louvin, Part 5 of 7.
You've already put big old tears in my eyes. Must you throw dirt in my face?
Hey everybody, it's Marla sitting with NashvilleMusicSpace.com, and I'm here with the living legend, Charlie Louvin.
People, I think they're kidding, but they really want to know. They asked me, when you and your brother was recording these songs, did you think they'd still be around and available 50 years later? And I said, well, I'd be lying to you if I said yes to that, because all we were trying to do is make a living, doing the best we could in the recording sessions. And I'm thankful that the songs have lasted, and I believe it is the songs. You know, most of them has a message. We all, as citizens, or most of us, I better put that, most of us, believe there's a heaven. Everybody brags about heaven. But if there is a heaven, there is a hell. And that's what our songs is about, the choice that you can make. It all depends on choice. And I think the biggest songs that's ever been recorded, like Glenn Campbell, they cut the song that I sang next to last tonight. He and Steve Warner did the harmony on it. It was #1 in the pop field, #1 in the rock field, #1 in the country field, and #1 in the bluegrass field the same week.
What was the name of that song?
I sang it tonight. Surely your memory's not that short.
Well, you sang a lot of hits tonight. Hall of Fame.
That about Mama needs to have a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Mama needs to have a Hall of
And
Fame.
the jerk to that song is the hands that rocks the cradle rules the world.
That's so true.
If you don't believe that, well, I know us men folks believe it.
Now, 2003 was a really big year for you. Not only did you do that Cheap Trick tour and with Cake, but Universal South released a tribute album, Livin', Lovin', Louvin'.
Losing.
And that was the songs of the Louvin Brothers, which featured a lot of stars like James Taylor, Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, and then it went on to win.
Alison Krauss, don't forget her. She was with James Taylor and won a Grammy.
Yeah, and that's what won 2 Grammys in 2004. So how did it feel for all of those legends in their own right to do a tribute to you guys? Was that just the best?
Well, Marla, I'm one of those people that's chasing mistakes. I couldn't see how Carl Jackson could have 33 artists and 16 songs and not have a mistake. I know he made a mistake, and I'm going to find it. I've listened to the CD probably a dozen times, and there is not a mistake. So I honor Carl Jackson for that. He spent his own money to pay for the studio and the musicians, and he's a great musician, picks guitar, banjo, and mandolin.
Well, he brought out an all-star cast, didn't he?
Oh, he did. He did. He tried forever to get Alan Jackson to record with this little girl that recorded the Emmylou Harris songs, If I Could Only Win Your Love. And the management, Alan would tell Carl, I want to do that, I want to do that. But every time Carl would call management, they couldn't give him a time. So finally, he was up against a deadline. He had everything finished, but that one song. So he got Mr. Dunn with Brooks and Dunn. And he had 30 minutes to listen to the song before they recorded it. He never heard it before in his life. And if you heard the CD,
yes,
If I Could Only Win Your Love might be as good a song as there is in there.
They're all great.
Great job. And so finally, Alan Jackson's management called and said, well, Alan finally had time to get in the studio. See, he had a soundtrack on that song. Said Alan finally found time to get in the studio, and he's got that song cut. Carl said, well, that's great. Tell him if it's going to be released, it'll have to be on his label because we already got the song cut finished. So I don't believe Alan could have sung. I know he couldn't have sung it like Dunn did, but it would have been pretty high for him because he's not known for Bill Monroe type heights. But it was the greatest thing that ever happened to the Louvin Brothers music catalog.
It's just wonderful.
The way I found out about it was sinful, I guess. I had just recorded a song, I'll Sail My Ship No More, for Disney. And the guy that did it wanted everybody that sang on it to come in. This is a listening party. We'll have hors d'oeuvres and something to drink, and I'm going to play you after I've mixed it. It's ready to go. And so I went to that, and Sonia Isaac walked in the studio, and of course I always admired beauty, and especially beauty that has talent like she does. And I said to her, I know she walked up, and after I said my pleasantries, she said, well, my love for Dolly Parton finally paid off. And that was just kind of a mystery thing to me. I said, how's that? And she said, well, I just finished recording a song I sung tenor with Dolly on that Louvin Brothers tribute album. And she could tell when my knees got weak. And the look on my face, and she said, well, I have messed up. She didn't say exactly like that, but I cleaned it up a little. She said, whenever the person that's supposed to tell you about this, see, they'd been working on it 2 years, but they'd kept it a big secret. She said, whenever whoever's supposed to tell you about this tells you, you better act surprised, because if you don't, then I'm mud. Well, somewhere Carl found out that she had let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. And he came to me and said, I got one more song, James Taylor and Alison Krauss, and I'm going to do it at this studio here if you would like to come. Well, naturally I would like to, and I did. And James Taylor is as common as an old shoe. You know, I know he's done some sophisticated things, and he lives in Martha's Vineyard and all that good stuff like that, but he's a plain, down-to-earth, good guy. And Krauss is something to behold, you know.
Seems like an angel, doesn't she?
I walk on my toes when her record plays, because my heels make noise. So I walk on the front palms of my feet so I don't make noise. I think she's the best female singer to hit the world in a long time. I don't know where she's going with Mr. Robert Plant.
Yeah. Doing a Crossroads or something, aren't they?
I don't know. The girl's making excess of 50 grand a day. I'm sure she's not topping that by working with Mr. Plant. Maybe she just got tired of the banjo in her ear all the time.
I think it's a career highlight for him.
Well, it is for him, but she's, I won't say disappointed, I'll say she's surprised more fans than any artist that I would know.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a show tonight? Let me hear you say yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the Hall of Fame, from Country Music's Hall of Fame, the man who helped change lives and change music throughout history, gave Elvis Presley his phrasing, George Jones his voice, and on and on. The one and only and the great Charlie Louvin. Let's go.
All the time, we made the freight train, we had to roll down the line. One, 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 one. They take the freight train boogie as it rolls down the line. All aboard!